Planning an RV trip used to take a lot of time. You would juggle Google Maps and open tabs to see campgrounds and sites to see along the way. So now I'm going to help you use ChatGPT to eliminate some of that stress and time. Dean and I have been living in our RV. We've been retired since 2023. So we do this together. So I just wanted you to meet Dean so you have a face to the name.
Hello.
Today I'm going to show you the exact prompts to use with ChatGPT and the ones not to use in order to get the perfect RV trip planned. So stay with me till the end for a free bonus. The first thing I want to show you is about prompts and ChatGPT. Prompts are the words that you tell it to get what you want back from ChatGPT. So we're going to do a pretend trip here for 7 days. The beginning destination for this trip is Vicksburg, Mississippi, and the end point is Charleston, South Carolina. So let's try a couple of prompts and see if they work, and if not, what should we use? The first one I'm going to try is, what route can I take from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Charleston, South Dakota, or South Carolina? So I'm going to type that in. Okay, we'll see what Chat GPT gives us here. And I have a little helper here barking. Come on, get up here. Come on, get up here. So anyway, my puppy dog has to help me. So, okay, we're going to look and see what the prompt, what route can I take from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Charleston, South Carolina, what it gives us. What it gives us is typical driving route, the fastest and most direct. So you get approximately 740 miles. It starts in Vicksburg, ends in Charleston, and it gives you primary highways you would take and the major cities you would take. So anyway, that's not exactly what we want. We want a route for the, we want a itinerary for the whole week. So let's try another one. Okay, let's try what is there to see on the way from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Charleston, South Dakota. So we're going to type that in. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT gives us for this now. Okay, so it's saying here's what's actually worth seeing between these two places and driving the common highways. So it gives you places. Alabama, Georgia, gives you sights to see, South Carolina, and Charleston. So that's not quite right either, because we really want to know how far we're going to drive each day and where we're going to stay at night and what we're going to see. So let's see what prompts do work for this. So instead of asking ChatGPT one big question or vague questions like I just did and hoping it gets everything right, I build the plan step by step. Each prompt adds a rule, which makes the results more realistic and easier to use. So make sure you are signed in or you create a new account for ChatGPT if you want to try this. You can get a free account. So step one is to set the trip rules. So I lock in basic rules, where I'm going, how long I have to stay, how far I want to drive each day, and what kind of roads I want to use. And here's the best prompt for this. You can say, plan an RV trip from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Charleston, South Dakota. So I'm going to start typing that in. Okay, and the next part will be total trip length is 7 nights. And then maximum driving per day is 350 miles. And the route type, we want to stay on major interstates and highways. Only. So let's see what we get now with this prompt, adding this one. Okay, so this is our first prompt. It says, below is a practical 7-night plan from Vicksburg to Charleston. So each day it tells us where we need to go. So night 1, 235 miles. And we're optional state park we can stay in. And then to Atlanta, that was 150 miles. Night 3 was another 150 miles to Augusta, Georgia. And then Columbia, South Carolina is only 75 miles. And then Charleston is night 5, 115 miles. So that gets us there within 7 days like we wanted. Okay, so the next prompt is we want them to break the trip into driving days. So next, I want ChatGPT to think in real driving days, not just total distance. So I type this prompt in. Break the trip into logical daily driving segments that make sense for an RV. So let's see what that prompt gives us. Okay, so it's just about driving and not sightseeing, okay? So it tells us the RV route will be unchanged. The daily driving segments will be day 1, Vicksburg to Birmingham, Alabama, which is 235 miles. Drive time, 4.5 to 5 hours. Excellent first day segment. Day 2, Birmingham, Alabama, 150 miles. Day 3, we want to go to Atlanta or Augusta for 150 miles. Day 4, Augusta to Columbia is only 75 miles, only an hour and a half. Columbia, South Carolina, only 115 miles to Charleston, South Carolina. So that's keeping us on the road all the time. That's a lot of setting up the RV and not. So, and we also want to be able to stop and see things. And so now the prompt is going to be about sightseeing. So I tell Chat that every stop needs to be worth stopping for, not just a place to sleep. So I'm going to put in this next. Okay, so I'm going to put in 4 each overnight stop. Choose towns with at least one historic site or historic district close to the highway. Okay, so we're going to see what we get now from ChatGPT. Okay, so no downtown maze driving, no tiny roads because it's RV driving plan. So now we're going to go overnight to Birmingham, Alabama. We've got historic sites right here, 3 of them. Why this works: multiple RV parks south and east of downtown. Sites are clustered and flat, 0 need to drive the rig into tightest streets. Okay, so that's really important. Okay, so each day it gives us things that we can do. So that's good. So it looks like Augusta, Columbia, North Charleston. So almost every night we're on the road. So that's a lot of setting up the RV and taking it down. So we're going to put in another prompt to keep us from having to stop every night to, if we can stay a couple nights when there's more than one site. So now I'm going to put in, if a stop has more than one historic site, make it a 2-night stay. Stops with only one site should be 1 night. So I'm going to type that in. Has more than one historic site, make it a 2-night stay. Stops with only one site can be 1 night. Okay, let's see what they give us. So now they're applying your rules strictly and rebalancing the trip, so it'll make RV sense. Okay, where it stays on major interstates, and the total is 7 nights. Okay, so the rule ends up being 2 historic nights for 2 sites nearby, 2 nights, and so on. So it has us stopping first in Birmingham, Alabama, 2 nights because there's 3 things to see. Stop 2, Covington, Georgia. It has 2 nights because it has Stone Mountain Park, Covington Historic Square. Stop 3, Augusta, 1 night. Stop 4, Columbia, South Carolina, 1 night. And Charleston area, 2 nights at the end of the trip. So now we're going to keep it simple because we don't want too many options. That creates stress, so I limit the choices. I'm going to type in another prompt. Limit overnight stop options to 1 primary town per day. I think this is what it's been doing, but this is part of what I go through for each trip. So let's see what it has to say. Okay, so final RV overnight plan. We have 7 nights again, 2 nights, 1 town per stop. So it takes away the ones that might be a little bit farther away. Things kind of have to be close together. Okay, so that did that. That tightened things up a little bit for sightseeing. Okay, now we're going to put it all together and get organized. And instead of a long list like you've been seeing here on ChatGPT, I'm going to ask for a table so that we can see the whole trip in one table. Okay, so you're going to see me do the prompt. And it's going to have for the table, so I'm going to have to ask for a table, present the final plan as a table with columns for start and end locations, overnight locations, number of nights, approximate driving distance, and historic sites. Okay, so I'm going to enter this. We're going to see a table up here. Tells us everything we need to know. So our start locations here to there, how many nights, how many miles, and things to see. So we have Vicksburg, Birmingham, Stone Mountain, Augusta, Columbia, to Charleston, our last. So then you look over here and see the miles, make sure it's not over 350. And now we always double check the plan. So before I move on, I always double check and make sure that the miles are right, not over 350. And then I get there in 7 nights. So how many nights do I have? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. At this point, ChatGPT has helped me decide where to stop and how long to stay. And then I open my RV Life. I use RV Life because it has RV friendly routing, it has road restrictions and campground options near each of these stops. Also, I can use it on my phone as an app and give me GPS guidance, and it's always RV safety. So I will put the link in the description. I am an affiliate for them, so I may make a little commission if you use that link to sign up for RV Life. So just remember that RV Life is your navigation and campground tool, and ChatGPT is your trip planner. Those two things work really well together. That's why I use it every trip we do. Be sure to download your free checklist for RV travel ChatGPT prompts. It'll be in the first pinned comment. Thanks for joining me today on my tutorial about using ChatGPT for planning your RV trips. Please try that some time. Maybe you can save some time also. So please watch my other tutorials and drop in the comments what you want me to teach about next, or drop in your comments what works for you for planning your RV trip.